Let's go standard by standard. Number one, the eligibility. The eligibility. The qualification should be belonging to an awarding body. This is very easy. I have to show that my qualification is belonging to an awarding body. However, I have a problem here. The problem is, as you can read here in number 1.1, the awarding body is registered with SAQF. This is number one. I have to show in my program document that my awarding body is registered with SAQF. By the way, this is the process, just like the accreditation process. It starts with a committee, okay, making a committee for SAQF, and then taking the standards and one by one see what the standard wants from the criteria, remember in the table, and the guidance and the evidences. Make a small document like the SSRP, the self-study report, and send it with the evidences to the people of SAQF. All this process, after you submit your document, the registration process will take 45 days. This is what they say, 45 working days. Returning to the standard, the problem is I need my awarding body to be registered from SAQF in order to be able to apply. What about KFU? Are we registered with SAQF? Okay, before KFU, we want to say that we are in the transition state now. The transition state saying that if you are accredited by NCAA, you are automatically registered with SAQF. Okay? This is an institution or a program. If your program is accredited by NCAA, so you are automatically registered with SAQF. Okay? If your program is not accredited until now, you have to apply. Okay? If your institution is not accredited, the institution first has to apply and register, and then the programs can apply. What's the situation in KFU? It is a little bit ambiguous. Why? Because we are, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, we are an accredited university. That's right? But the accreditation of the university is conditional. We have, sorry? By NCAA, we are accredited by NCAA, but we have a conditional accreditation. Okay, inshallah, by the help of Allah, inshallah, we are trying in the university to make it full. Maybe in the next 2-3 months, inshallah, we are trying our best to make it full. If we make it full, we are okay because we will be directly registered with SAQF. We have no problem. However, until now, because we are conditionally accredited, the situation is not clear. Until now, are we registered or not? We don't know. We have 4 conditions in the university. This is another topic. We can talk about it together if you want, doctor, but not from here.
To apply for accreditation, we don't have to register first?
Sorry?
To apply for accreditation.
For?
We don't have to register first?
For accreditation for the program or for the institution?
For the institution.
Institution, because we are applied for accreditation before SAQF system comes. Okay, so that's why I'm saying we are in a transition state. So many universities have applied for accreditation before SAQF system come.
For a new university,
If they have accreditation, they are automatically registered.
for a new institute, first they have to register.
Yes, the new ones, they have first to register and then to apply for accreditation. Yes.
So I want to understand this. So SAQF itself is giving accreditation, right?
No, it's not accreditation.
Okay, so
It is registration.
okay.
It is registration, not accreditation.
What's the value of that?
The value of that is to be recognized for designing recognized for designing your programs or your institution.
And what is NC3?
NC3 requires registration in SAQF before giving you the accreditation.
But we got it before.
If you are accredited, you are with SAQF. If you are not accredited, you have to apply from the beginning, the whole process.
Is there a time frame? Is there a time frame to all this?
For what?
A time frame
For what?
for registration, or is this for life when you register?
It is until now. If you register with SAQF, it is needed for once. So once, just one time, you register with SAQF and that's it. However, between brackets, this process cost the university 50,000 riyal. Okay, so I assume that you will have to renew your registration with SAQF after 5 years because
There's a time frame.
I don't know. Until now, they said one time. After 5, I don't know. I'm assuming. Until now, they said it is one time to register with SAQF. However, according to my understanding, because you need to revise your program every 5 years, I think you need to renew. I think. But until now, officially, until now, it is one time.
For a program,
For a program, one time.
any fee for the program registration?
Fees, yes, fees for program, I think 30,000 riyal, for the institution 50,000. Something like this. Yeah. Yes,
If the university is not registered with SAQF,
you cannot apply.
it will not consider as an award giving institute, awarding body.
Yeah, they cannot say this now because we are in a transition state. But yes, maybe after 5 years or something like this, they will consider universities which are not registered with SAQF, they will not consider them as an awarding body. Okay? This is a good point, thank you. This is a very good point. Standard one, eligibility, your awarding body should be registered with SAQF. Number two, you have to have the approval from the Ministry of Education and from the university that you have a qualification and this kind of things. And this is easy, I think. عندنا مشكلة حلوة في الموضوع ده قوي صح؟ ليش؟ This is standard one. Easy if your awarding body is registered. Standard two, stakeholder behavior, involvement. This is now a trend, let's say, in the whole kingdom, that you cannot design your program alone. You are not in an isolated island. You are inside the community. You are inside the society. So you cannot design your program away from these people, away from your stockholders. Stockholders like the students, like the staff, like the employers, like all these people, they are all your stockholders. You have to seek their opinion in designing your program and in reviewing your program. Not only designing, but reviewing. If you are making a new one, so it's only designing and this is not applicable. After design, of course, after designing, definitely. Some people do it after, some people take it from the beginning and involve it inside. You can do both if you want. Stakeholders is very important. They made one whole standards from 7 for the stakeholders involvement. 3, you have to have a purpose for your qualification. You have to have objectives, not learning outcome here. You have to have objectives for your qualification. What the difference is between objectives and learning outcome? This is a good question. What is the differences between objectives and learning outcome?
Objective is a higher level, so one objective can have many learning, can be achieved by many learning.
Yeah, the first part is right. The second part is not very, but thank you. Objective and learning outcome.
Learning outcome need to design to achieve the objective.
Yes, definitely. I will say that, yes. Objectives is always from the point of view of the designer, or from the teacher, or from the one who designed the program. Learning outcome is what you want the student to achieve. Okay? So this is from the point of view of the students. This is the learning outcome. Okay? Or from the point of view of the stockholder himself, which is mainly the students. You have to have specific objective, and you have to show by evidences that this objective is based on needs. This is a part of the design. You have to say that my objective is part of the community needs, the stockholder needs. So I have to show this in the document. Okay? And the courses has to have objective as well. It's not only the program, the courses has to have objective as well, and this is 3.3. This problem proceeds from yesterday. There's someone else talking here, and yeah, this is nice anyway. Standard 4. Standard 4 is the title. You have to have an appropriate title. Going with the doctor in his words, I cannot judge what they are talking about here. However, I have a very big question mark about the word appropriate. In quality, we don't like the words which I cannot measure. Okay? How can I measure appropriate? What is an appropriate title? And all in QF, they told you, okay, if you want to make a title for a qualification, it should be like this. But here in SAQF, they took out this part. I don't know why. Maybe to give flexibility somehow. But they said you should put an appropriate title. I will go here myself to the benchmark to see what is the appropriate title for my qualification. Okay? But again, I don't know myself what the meaning of appropriate here. It is a type of flexibility, but that's okay. This is standard 4. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm saying. You don't have to justify, because you will say this is appropriate from my point of view. Okay, but let's go with the logic. For example, program in pharmacy. I cannot say that this is biological sciences. Yes, pharmacy is biological sciences or health sciences, but I cannot say this is a program in biological sciences or a bachelor in biological science. I cannot say that. So it will go with the logic somehow and with the benchmark. Okay, very well. Standard 5. Standard 5 saying that you have to have components for the qualification. Components are the learning outcomes and the hours. You have to say that my qualification have a level, number 1. This is the component. It has the courses, okay. It has to have some kind of learning outcomes, which coming with the level descriptors. Okay. And the courses has to have some kind of learning outcomes, and you have to specify the learning hours. You have to specify the learning hours. And number 6, this is for vocational learning. The outcome should reflect some kind of professional or vocational standards. This is for the vocational learning. For here in the college or in the university, this will not count, or not. It will be non-applicable, more or less. Okay. Step number 5, very easy. Step number 6, you have to have some kind of a plan for measuring the learning outcome. This plan should have some kind of assessment activities, and these assessment activities are linked to the learning outcomes. Assessment are compatible with all the learning outcomes, and they're diversified. It's not only one type of assessment, it's just different type of assessments, and they are linked to learning outcomes. Okay, what's the difference here between SAQF and NCAA in this particular part? SAQF needs you to have a plan for assessment of learning outcome. Just a plan. People there will not tell you how did you implement the plan. They just want to say or want to see a plan for learning outcome assessment. The people in accreditation in NCAA, they will see the implementation of the plan. They will see evidences that you assessed the learning outcome and make analysis of that and use this analysis for the improvement, and will see these improvements in the course and the program reports and the new course and the program specification. This is the people of accreditation. But for SAQF, we only need the plan. If you supply a plan saying that I have a plan for assessment of learning outcome, this will be enough for the fulfillment of Standard 6. This plan has some criteria to be linked with the learning outcome to be diversified. The assessment activity is very obvious and linked to the learning outcome. If you supply this is very, very enough to fulfill the standard, not more than that. Standard 7 have 3 things, and that's why it has 3 criteria: the entry requirement, the progression, and the transfer. أظن خلص خلاص الحمد لله. The entry requirement, the progression, and the transfer. We will know what the meaning of 3 words now. There is what's called the entry and exit points. What is an entry and exit point? In a program, okay, and you have some students inside the program, and this student cannot, complete the program, you have to specify certain point in the program design where the student can go out of the program and have a certificate. You have to design your learning outcome in a way that in this point, the students can go out after achieving this part or this learning outcome, can go out and you give them the certificate. But this certificate will not be in the same level. So for example, you have a program in level 7. So if the student completed the program, he will gain a certificate putting him in level 7. However, I have a student who cannot complete the program because he is weak, or because he has troubles, have problems, situations, whatever. You will tell him, okay, you can finish this small courses here, remaining courses, and you will go to the exit point where you can go out and take a certificate. So you have a qualification now, but this qualification is not in the same level. It is in the level below. And that's why there is 4 levels between level 3 and level 7 to give you this opportunity, to get the student out in exit points, to give them certificates in level 4, 5, or 6. Okay? But this has to be defined in the designing of the program from the beginning. Some program you can do this, and some program, this is very good actually, and some other program you cannot do this. For example, in pharmacy, for example, I cannot do this. Why? Because I don't have in the market anyone can accept a qualification less than level 7 and work in pharmacy. Okay? I don't have this in my market until now. Other program you can have. You can give your student an associate diploma in level 5, a diploma in level 6, or any of them, and get him out of your program, okay? And he can work with these. These certificates should be recognized by the Civil Service Ministry. Okay? So designing the program, you design the program, you put an exit point and tell the civil service ministry that you have an exit here with this certificate, and this candidate, this graduate can work in here. So they put this certificate in this job. So you make job for your candidate here, and he can use the exit point. The exit point can be used as an entry point. This student exit from here, he can go again. When his situation is good, he can go back from the exit point and continue the remaining courses until he reaches to level 7, until he finishes the program and reaches level 7. This is what is meant by the exit and entry point. The exit point is the entry point. It can be applied in any college. However, you have to design it in a way that you have good achieving of learning outcome, plus this graduate with this certificate will have a job outside.
Is this actually found in college now?
Yes, you find there is something 2 or 3 colleges in King Saud University. They have exit points. Yes. I cannot remember the name of the colleges. However, I think one of them was engineering. They have, I think, as I remember, but I'm not very sure. One of them was engineering, and there is an exit point there to make an assistant or something like this, to give him a diploma, just diploma at level 6. It's according to the design, doctor. I cannot say. It is according to the design. You design the program to have this certain learning outcomes to get this graduate. Call him whatever you want to call. Give him associate diploma, yes, or diploma or whatever. You have to define all these things for each program. I cannot say.
If some program is accredited, it must have this exit.
Accredited, I don't have anything to do with accreditation. I'm talking about registration. And before registration, you have to tell SAQF that I have an exit point here. So they will contact the civil service ministry to tell that, okay, we are expecting people to come with this certificate from here. We need work for them. So they adjust all of that and tell you, okay, you are approved, because you will have job for this certificate, for this exit point. Did you get the point? Progression. SAQF gave you the opportunity to move vertically inside the levels. So you are level 7, you want to go level 8 in another university. This is very easy because you are recognized to be in level 7. For example, if I am here in King Faisal and I want to go to King Saud, for example, they will not, okay, we will go through your subjects, what happens, this kind of thing. No, I am recognized to be in level 7. So I achieve this amount of learning outcome, so I directly go to level 8 or 9 or 10 directly without doing anything. Now what happens, you give your certificate there and say, okay, you have this subject, this subject, this subject, and you can join our program if you studied this subject or this subject, something like this. But using this system, I am in level 7, so I don't have to do anything. King Saud, please accept me, they will accept you. Of course, if they have place. Okay?
You have a plan in place and you can get registration. But if we have plan and they don't have any way to verify what is the use?
I did not get your point, sorry.
You said like we should have a plan that there is some exit point in the program and then you can...
Exit point, yes.
But if in plan we have exit point and actually it doesn't exist in the system, then how they verify?
Cannot exist in the system, what do you mean?
In program,
Yes.
your program, we give plan that
You have an exit point here, okay? You will not be able to have an exit point unless the whole system in the kingdom recognize your exit point. Yes, this is what SAQF is doing. They will take the design from you, okay, approve it, and go to the Ministry of Civil Services and tell them we expecting a certificate in level 5 coming from this program. we want to put this certificate on this job or in this job. We want to make a job for this certificate. That's okay. The other ministry say, okay, you can put the graduate of this exit point into this job. Okay? They will return to SAQF. SAQF will return to you, said, okay, you will have your job here for the exit point and your job for the complete program.
That means all the universities should have the same syllabus for the same course. Otherwise, for example, some students come to me to recognize Calculus 2, but they have another syllabus. I cannot recognize it. He should redo it here.
The minimum should be the same. Okay? However, you have to have a point of excellence for yourself. That's why I'm saying this, the level descriptor is the minimum. You want to increase things, you have to have a point of excellence for you inside the level. Have. Exactly, you can say 70-80% similarity. This is what should be, because I am a pharmacist. I should not be different from the pharmacist coming from King Saud. I should not be different, the minimum. But I can have a point of excellence. I should have a point of excellence so other people can come to my university because of this point of excellence. However, the minimum should be the same.
Minimum here 70%.
It is up to you. 70, I don't know. I cannot put some kind of percent. I cannot put some kind of percent. The minimum is the minimum. Whatever is said here in the descriptor, you have to fulfill it. After that, it is up to you. This is the minimum. Okay? So progression. Wow, we are okay. Progression is go vertically, as I said. Transfer is go horizontally. I am in pharmacy, I cannot complete. I have to go to another program. I can transfer because I know what are the learning outcomes I covered. Okay? Small changes will happen. Yes, I can go to other colleges very easily. Very easily. I can go to the same level of the college or go a little bit down because pharmacy will have a little bit differences from engineering, for example, from any other type of colleges. But I know what are the learning outcomes I achieved from what is said here in the descriptor. This is what it means by the progression, entry point, and transfer. I think you are very exhausted now to do another training. Yes. Anyway, I have another 15 minutes and that's it. الصوت ده رجع تاني يا اخوانا. الصوت ده رجع تاني. بص انا المدرج ده خنقني بصراحه. تمام كده. بكره ان شاء الله هحميك. الصوت ده رجع تاني والناس مش عارف تسمع، الصوت بقى راجع جامد كمان. لا هو راح شويه وقام راجع تاني. والله ممكن برضه فعلا صحيح. Well, I don't know. According to Dr. Abdulaziz, he said, because he's an engineer, he said it's some kind of frequency something. Using the same. Right. So they are using the same frequency there.
Yes, they should have the different frequencies.
Now I don't know. I'm a pharmacist at the end, so I don't know. Right. Can you do this training program here? Is something like 5 minutes, if you want, just to refresh ourselves. You have the last 2 pages here in. Yes. You have 2 standards. If you want to work on them, okay. If you want to work in any of these standards, just tell me. The training program is saying very easily. Pick any standard. In the 7 standards we have now, tell me to show it on the screen or it is on the paper. You have standard 2, standard 3 in your papers. Okay? Just tell me what are the evidences, each group, what are the evidences needed to fulfill this standard. Okay? Pick any standard. You have standard 2 and standard 3 with your papers. I can put any standard here on the screen if you want. For example, I can put, for example, standard standard 5. Okay?
For each criteria, we have to find evidence.
The evidences, yes. What are the evidences you can use to fulfill these criteria here? Standard 5. If you want to use whatever you have in your papers, just use them. After that, we will have another 15 minutes, 10 minutes maybe maximum, inshallah, to finish. انت في صيدله بالضبط، هي ما بتمشيش بالعكس. يعني الصيدله خدت اعلى مثلا من زراعه مثلا، تمام؟ فالطالب ممكن ينقل من صيدله لزراعه، ده حسب العام، بس ما ينفعش ينقل من زراعه لصيدله. احنا لسه ما وصلناش للنقطه دي. بره ممكن تنقل لو انت عندك الكريتيريا اللازمه. ما بره ممكن تعملها، بس هنا لا. ليه؟ لان انت عندك قانون ثانويه عامه بتلتزم بيه غصب عنك. ممكن في يعني مع الابلكيشن للحاجه زي كده ممكن بمضي السنين يختفي القانون ده. يكفي ان انت بس ممكن تجيب لي في الماده دي A والماده دي A والماده دي B مثلا، تدخل صيدله، تدخل زراعه، تدخل اللي انت عايزه.
بالسعوديه اقل من ليفل 7 مثلا الصيدله ما ممكن يشتغل.
لا
هذا الحكي في كل العالم
لغايه دلوقتي في كل العالم. صيدله بالذات اقول لك ان في كل العالم، لان ما فيش لغايه دلوقتي صيدله طلع لها اكزيت بوينت لغايه دلوقتي. مساعد صيدلي ده برنامج تاني خالص.
بيدرس تحت، يعني بيشتغل تحت.
بس بيبدا البرنامج من ناحيه تانيه خالص. ما ينفعش يبدا مع الصيدلي، فاهمني ازاي؟ الصيدلي بيبدا بطريقه ومساعد الصيدلي بيبدا بطريقه تانيه خالص، مختلفه خالص يعني. يعني مساعد الصيدلي انا بعلمه مانجمنت، الصيدلي ما بعلموش مانجمنت مش بتاعته. فهمتني ازاي حضرتك؟ مساعد الصيدلي بياخد انجليزي مثلا بشكل عنيف جدا، الصيدلي ما بياخدش انجليزي بالشكل ده. فهمتني ازاي؟ يعني ده بروجرام وده بروجرام تاني خالص، وده طالع وده ليه اكريديتيشن لوحده وسيلبس وديزاين لوحده، وده ليه حاجه تانيه خالص، وده ليه كليات لوحده وده ليه كليات لوحده.
حكيت اول شيء انه ما في باتشلر في العالم اقل من 4 سنوات، في يمكن 3 سنوات او 3 سنوات
في
6 سمستر او 7 سمستر
في
النظام
في بس هو يعني تبع الكريدت، او ما هو برضه ال3 سنوات ده عامل ازاي؟ بيدي للطالب اكتر من الكميه اللي هو متعارف عليها في العالم. المتعارف عليه في العالم 18 ل 21 ساعه كريدت في السمستر الواحد. اللي هياخده في 3 سنين ده هيديله 23 24 ساعه، واخد بال حضرتك؟ اللي هو بقى سمر كورس، اللي هو زي ما حضرتك بالظبط كده، بالظبط بيستفيد من السمر كورس بالظبط. فانت ممكن تعملها هنا على 3 سنين ونص، بس انا اللي يهمني انت خدته عدد ساعات قد ايه، وايه هي الليرنينج اوت كامز، ده اللي يهمني. هو خد الليرنينج اوت كامز دي كلها المذكوره في الديسكريبتور ولا لا؟ لو خدها اهلا وسهلا ما ياخد الدرجه.
خطوات هل التسليم لما وقت التسليم تسلم 7 ستاندردز
كلهم مع بعض؟
هو الرولمنت في البدايه ثم بعد تجي؟
لا هقول لحضرتك دلوقتي الخطوات كلها حالا دلوقتي. بعد التدريب ده هقول لحضرتك دلوقتي الخطوات كلها، بس عشان نخلص على طول. Okay, just move. Let's move. From each group, I want just one evidence. Tell me what standard you have and tell me just one evidence. Okay? Start from here. Or خلاص كده كله خلاص صح؟ كله خلص صح؟ البنزين خلص. Okay. Excuse me. So let's continue now. Let's continue and just leave this maybe to the end of the program. We can take your opinions. Okay? The electronic registrar. This is in Arabic called al-marsad. This is the database in which all the programs and the awarding bodies in the kingdom are put in after registration. When I am registered, I am putting in this registrar or in Arabic called المرصد. المرصد اللي بيرصد يعني مرصد. Registrar. تمام. What is the importance of the registrar is the recognition. I have to be put in some place. Anyone from the employers, from the civil service ministry, anyone can see my name there. It's like the registration. For example, pharmacy is registered by the Americans. In their website, they have the name of King Faisal University, Faculty of Pharmacy there. So we are recognized by their accreditation. It is the same thing. This is the database which is made by the SAQF people for anyone in the kingdom to see what are the registered programs and registered awarding body in the kingdom. This is a statistical database. It can be used for statistics. It gives performance indicators or KPIs, key performance indicators, for the strategic plan of the whole country. How many programs are registered? How many programs are or awarding body are registered? This is very good for the stockholders, from students, and especially for the employers. This is the registrar. What is the procedures? And Dr. here was asking about the procedures for the awarding body. And we are in the transfer area now. So if you are not accredited awarding body, you have to apply to register with SAQF. So apply with all your documents, application, submission, then application is received, application is reviewed by a committee. And if the committee needs to make an on-site visit, they can make on-site visit or not. It is according to the committee, say yes or not. Then make a review. I'm going to this superior committee, the review management committee, which make the decision. You have 3 decisions if you are not accredited. Approved the registration, then they will give you the letter and put you in the registrar. Easy. Conditional, you return here to the application review. So you will do whatever they required and give your report again to be reviewed. If you are very bad, no, we cannot register you, you will return to 0 again. So this is what happened to non-accredited organization. So what happened to accredited organization or institution or awarding body? They use or they go through the blue arrows directly from the application received to the committee directly. And the committee have one decision here is to approve and to put you or give you the registration letter and put you directly into the registrar. So for the accredited institution, it's only the cycle, which will take something around a week or something to finish, not more than that. For non-accredited, this will take, all this cycle will take 45 minutes, so it's 45 days. Yes? Yeah, this is why I'm saying this is the ambiguity now, because we are in the middle. We are not here as KFU, and we are not here. So until now, we don't know, and they don't know. According to my knowledge, maybe they have something these days, I don't know. But until now, we don't know if we are registered in SAQF or not. However, we should be, because even if we have a condition, it can be fixed. It's not a problem, inshallah. For the programs, if you are not accredited, you have to go through an accredited awarding body or registered. The same thing until you reach here, and the same decisions. You have the same decision. If you are conditional, you have to go to the application form. No registration, you have to go to number 1. If you are accredited, again, it's like you have to follow the blue line. So from the application directly to the management. review management committee, and then to be directly approved and brought into the registrar. Okay? The last 3 points to discuss, one of them I will leave it to you to take and think about. I will just tell something about it and that's it. 3 point to discuss. Some people here ask me what the difference is between the NQF and the Saudi Arabian qualification framework. So national framework and Saudi Arabian framework. National we used 5 years ago until now. From this year and forward we are using the SAQF. The SAQF. So what the differences between two? We will tell now. What are the relation between SAQF and NCAA? What are the relation between two? And what are the differences? And what are the differences? Saudi Arabia used NQF before, and there's some kind of differentiation or differences between the NQF and SAQF. This QF is more comprehensive, 10 levels. The NQF was 6 levels only. NQF began from after the high school. SAQF began from the primary until the PhD. All of them are comprehensive together, all of them together. As I said here, it begins from primary until PhD, not like NQF starts from the bachelor. So it's bachelor, higher diploma, master's, and PhD, and there's something in between the 6 levels there. In Saudi Arabian qualification, SAQF has 10 levels. SAQF depends on the learning hours. However, NQF depends on the credit hours. SAQF has 3 learning domains. However, NQF have 5 learning domains. Another thing is NQF give you the attributes of graduates. SAQF did not give you the attributes of graduates. However, it gives the criteria of learning outcomes. This is a little bit easier than the attribute of graduate. Attribute of graduate, you have to put the attributes, make some kind of criteria on that, and make the learning outcome coming from here, or directly make the learning outcome coming from here. However, if I give you the criteria, it will be very easy for you to make the learning outcome. What are the relation between SAQF and NCAA in 5 minutes? SAQF is mentioned many ways in NCAA accreditation standards. Standard 3 always talk about SAQF. Even in its wording, talk about SAQF. In 3.12 is for SAQF. This criteria is only for SAQF. This is one relation. For you have a table in your course specification. We fulfilled it before. It's related to SAQF directly. You have to understand what SAQF is talking about to be able to know what are the learning hours and to fulfill this table. There's another table here. You have to know the 3 learning domains. This is in your course specification, the new form. You have to know what are the new learning domains to be able to fulfill this and to write your course learning outcomes. So this is the course specification 2008. Again, this is in course specification 2008. You have to know what are the learning domains and to put the teaching and assessment methods for these. So you have to know what is SAQF before you can fulfill or fill this table. For the people who are working with program specification, this is one table there for them. Again, you have to know what are the domains, what are the criteria of domains of your level 7, and to be able to make these program learning outcomes and to put it in their place. Here, this is a point here. This table is okay. If you have an exit point, and this is new from SAQF, you have to repeat this table only for the exit point. So these are the learning outcomes that the student should have before he can go to the exit point. This is another table. Again, this table is found in the program specification 2018. You have to specify what courses are for the learning domains. Again, this table was in the other one. However, it was for 5 domains. Now you have to understand the 3 domains: the knowledge, the skills, and the competencies. This is my last slide. I want you, after all what we have, in 2 minutes, to tell me what is the differences between the NCAA accreditation standards and the SAQF registration standards, or the SAQF system and the NCAA standards. This is my last slide. If I can have answer for this, so I did my job.
This is the most confusing question. All the time.
If I have an answer for this, I think we are all, alhamdulillah. If you do not have an answer for this,
Job is like journal forever what to do.
yes,
NCAA how to achieve.
very nice. This is a very good thing. Okay, another answer.
NCAA is concerning the credit hours, while the others is concerning the learning outcome.
No, because learning hours are in 2 now. Yeah, they are both. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. SAQF is for planning. SAQF is for designing of the program. However, NCAA accreditation is for the implementation. I have to see that you implemented what you designed. In SAQF, I have to see what you designed. Is it right or wrong? Okay? You have to register what you designed, and the implementation has to be accredited, checked, okay, and accredited. This is the main difference, and that's why the first question saying the designing of a program, what documents you need, the most document you need is SAQF document, because it will help you designing the program. Thank you very much for your attendance today, and I hope that you are happy and understandable. Thank you very much.